Bashoff.
Agbare young speaker, as daar nou een ding is wat ek vandag agtergekom het, dan is daar 3 dinge waarteen 'n mens nie kan wees nie. Jy kan nie teen moedersmelk wees nie, jy kan nie teen reën wees nie, en jy kan nie teen die SKA wees nie. En tog is daar hier en daar 'n probleempie, en ek sal maar 'n bietjie in die rooi taal lees. What we discuss today is not the merit of the square kilometer array telescope, but the convention to make a scientific enterprise of this magnitude possible. It is co-hosted mainly by South Africa and Australia, and as Member Paulson said, the head office in the United Kingdom, but will extend over many more countries, while yet another set of countries contribute to its realization. Due to the requirement of radio silence on the one hand, and the astronomically high cost, and the pun is intended, the SKA will extend over less developed territories, but will be funded by highly developed economies. Therefore, a multilateral convention is required. The terrains of the SKA will not be under jurisdiction of the host states anymore, but under the jurisdiction of the newly formed multilateral body. So it's not like hosting a guest in your house anymore. It's like giving one room in a shared title agreement. When the so-called host has nothing to offer but space, and the hosted jurisdiction adds all the knowledge, capital, and other hard and soft material, there is a well-known word for it. It's colonialism. Fortunately, this arrangement is not that kind of one-way traffic. South Africa has the expertise to contribute and will indeed do so, had indeed done so already. The questions that we have revolve around the communities of Carnarvon, Williston, Van Wyksvlei and Brandvlei. Since the conceptualization of the project until 2016, these communities were under the impression that the SKA will lead to the purchase of minor pieces of land and the requirement to use alternative communication technology. In 2016, however, it was announced that approximately 130,000 hectares of land would be permanently taken out of the economy. Even in the Karoo, which is not the desert incidentally, that is a significant area. Land was purchased at good prices, contributions to schools and bursaries for learners were made, and the feedlot was financed to mitigate the reduced livestock production. The question, however, is whether these communities will remain economically viable with the impact of the SKA. One thing which was admitted by the SKA was there's going to be economic growth, but not necessarily by the same people. And that's where we are concerned with the communities which are presently there, not the number of the local gross product. We are concerned with the communities, therefore, and we reserve our position on this convention.